Welcome to this video on using building blocks in Google Docs. Building blocks are a new feature that are also accessible with the @ symbol. So if you type the @ symbol in your Google Doc, you'll see some of those smart chip features as well as tagging people. And if you scroll down, you'll see building blocks. Building blocks are effectively pre-made templates that you can add sections for your attendees. They could be things like meeting notes, an email draft, calendar draft, some pre-made table type things. Also, they integrate with those products. So for example, email integrates with Gmail, calendar integrates with Google Calendar. So we'll look at some of those. So again, the way that you access a building block is simply by typing the @ symbol and then scrolling down, and we'll use meeting notes first. Meeting notes, you can then select a specific event on your calendar that you have that you're going to take meeting notes for. Okay, so for example, let's say I'm going to do this one. It's happening today. And then what it does is it pops up with that calendar event that's there. And I can add attendees by typing names, or I can actually tag people in those and use those specific things and they'll get tagged. And then it creates basically kind of a notes format. Also, we want to attach this to the meeting in the calendar. This is the other nice thing. If I already have the calendar event made, I can attach this, and those notes then are going to get automatically attached in Google Calendar when you go to this event. And so this little note block here, as I do these, and I take notes, or I have action items that are here, whatever. I can actually do those with the action items and those get tagged. I can also come in here on more. I can pull and I can attach other files to these meeting notes if I want, or I can email the meeting notes once this is done and completed. I could email these meeting notes. It's going to go ahead and it's going to open a small Gmail window, and it's going to email these notes then in this format to whoever I decide to do that. So that's a pretty nice integrated way to create meeting notes and then go ahead and distribute those if you want. Other building block options, again, I can hit that, is an email draft. So I can make or compose an email inside of Docs using all of the features of Docs. So I can go ahead once again and I can compose to the normal fields, the subject. But one of the nice things about this email message is I can go ahead and I can compose this email. I can use bullets. I can use other text. I can use highlighted text, whatever it happens to be. And then when I go ahead and I hit the Gmail button, it basically copy pastes this in here. So sometimes you're limited by the tools in this Gmail composition window. Whereas if I compose, and I didn't do a great job there of using different editing tools, but I have more access to more tools in Docs that I can actually use, and then I can just directly export that or move that out that way. So that's another kind of cool building block tool that's there. So we've looked at calendar, we've looked at email draft. Another one is, we've looked at meeting notes and email draft. Another one is your calendar. So I can actually create calendar events inside of Google Docs. I can leave those there, or I can invite people directly there. Let's say, for example, I want to do this as a test event, and then I can go ahead and I can invite people. I'll invite myself, okay, that are part of my contacts already. I can do start time, end time, description here, whatever it happens to be. I noticed there I've got this as part of my table. Let's say I just do this. Let's say we're going to go Friday, and it's going to be at, just so you can see this, 8 a.m. and we're say it's Central Time, and we're going to end Friday at lost it, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Okay, and then I'm going to preview this in Google Calendar, and it's going to pop up in the effectively event creation window with all of those things filled in. And I didn't add a description, but I notice I've got my invitees here as well. If I save that, it's going to send invitations, put it on my calendar, do all of those things. So you can see I can actually create calendar events inside of Docs. Maybe this is inside of my meeting notes as well. The last thing is it does have some of these what's called product roadmaps. So if I choose that, it actually has, it's kind of these pre-made tables that are like the project. It has some drop downs already made. It can attach any files that I want or make any notes. So kind of some handy pre-made tables. I can actually do custom road blocks or building blocks when I click on that for those, and then select my content I'd like to save as a building block. If I make something, I can actually go ahead and I can save that as a custom building block itself, where I could use that over and over again. So just kind of different options for building blocks that integrate with things like Gmail, calendar, and other types of the smart chip features inside of them.